Okay, hello everyone who clicked on this reading. Thank you so much for choosing this tarot reading. This reading is going to be about when and how your manifestation will be coming into your life. So I'm going to be using these cards from the Tea Leaf Oracle deck. They're all the 12 months. And obviously there's going to be more cards, but I just wanted to emphasize those because each reading will have specific months that will resonate with you, and that's kind of what your energy check will be. I do want to say that it can be months like from next year that your manifestation may be like really potent or coming into your life, but it can also include months from this past year. If you see a month and you're like, I feel like that month I started something really important to my manifestation, then stick with that. I'm gonna leave it up to you to see what resonates, but yeah, let's get into today's reading. Hello everyone, thank you again for clicking on this reading. So I don't know if I said this in the intro, I'm gonna try and make today's video short and sweet because it feels like one of those readings that should be short and sweet, but we're gonna see. Anyways, here are the groups. I'm gonna be using the same tarot deck for all of them. I'm going to be using the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot in honor of Halloween, of course. And I've got a little pumpkin here. And if you skipped the very beginning, I'm going to be using, where did I put it? I'm going to be using these cards, which are part of the Tea Leaf Oracle deck, and they include all 12 months. What is that noise? Anyways, I'm going to be using these, and these are going to be significant months that I'm going to pull at the very beginning of each reading to, yeah, pretty much see when you're manifesting, or significant months for you that could have even been this year, depending on what you feel and what resonates for you. So, yeah. Okay. I moved locations because there was a noise and I'm pretty sure you can't hear it out here. Anyways, so we're just going to take a moment to pick our pile, and I'll show you each one up close. So for pile 1, we have Witch's Gathering, number 42. And we also have a crystal with it. It's this selenite moon. For pile 2, we have Coming of Darkness, number 7. With this blue cat's eye heart. And for group 3, we have Harvest Witch, number 21. And then we have this selenite, actually wait, opalite heart. Okay, so take as much time as you need to pick. You can be drawn to any and all piles, as you could have many manifestations, or just one that is complicated and it could happen at any time. Just, yeah, do whatever feels right. So I'll leave this here and we're gonna get into pile 1. Okay, hello pile 1. If you chose the Witch's Gathering card with the selenite moon, then welcome to your reading. So obviously this is your first card, and I'm just gonna flip these over, and then we're gonna get you your special months. Also, I don't think I mentioned that this reading is timeless, so if you're watching this when I put it out, it is near the end of 2025, so these months could apply to next year, but again, like, you know, you know the drill. So yeah, this one says you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer. full moon in Scorpio, breathe through the tension. I do want to mention as well, if either of these are coming up, I'm not super sure right now, but the next new moon in Cancer or full moon in Scorpio, it could be significant. Okay, and I am going to leave those there. I'm gonna shuffle these and get you some months. I'm gonna get 3 months for when your manifestation could be happening, or something significant related to it could be happening. I mean, I'm already picking up, to be honest, by the way, that it's happening sooner rather than later. So for this group, it's happening sooner rather than later. Especially with this card, it talks about creative energy being around you, and yeah, we'll get more into it, but what months are significant for pile 1, or could their manifestation be happening in? It may feel slow, like you may not even realize that it's coming really fast, because I know these cards aren't coming out very quickly, but I think your energy is more potent than you realize. So we have February. So again, if you're watching this when it comes out, that could be very soon. We have July. I'm gonna put that right there. And we have March. So yeah, February, March, springtime and into summertime could be very significant for you. Obviously take what resonates, but I am feeling, for like regardless of when you're watching this, I am feeling that this is in the future as opposed to something you did in the past, but it could be. It also could be like that February and March are significant, and then something that you did, like that's when the manifestation is going to come in. And then July, you did something important the past July, or honestly, it could be the opposite, switched, because we do have Cancer here. So I do think, especially with these months, that Cancer could be significant. Let me see, I want to get some cards from the Astral House deck. Now this is just going to be like what your manifestation might have to do with. This could just be a confirmation for you that this is your group and that is what you're manifesting. So we have career. I'm gonna get one more. There's not a lot, there's like like 6 of these. Okay, and we have happiness. So this is very interesting. It feels very like full circle with everything. Like there's many things. Well, honestly, I don't know if it's many things that you're manifesting, because I mean, it could be related to your career, but from the cards that came out, I'm also getting a lot about friendship. And I was getting 2 messages, which was one of them being if you've felt lonely, or if you felt lonely and you've wanted to manifest friends or a significant other or just connections, or if you've been in a situation where you're just starting to get to know someone and you're kind of feeling that vulnerable like pool of like wanting to step back from it. These cards are saying that now is the time to embrace. Now for the second situation, now is the time to let your guard down and embrace that feeling. And you know, like this is saying, breathe through the tension. For the other scenario, you will have friends, connections coming into your life very soon. And if it's neither of those, if it's completely related, if your manifestation is related to like, you know, career, for example, which honestly, like, the friendships and connections could also be related to your career. So it is like that kind of full circle. So if that's the case, what I'm getting is that right now your connections are very important, and in the coming months. There is a bit of an anxious energy, or maybe not anxious, that might not be the right word. An unsure energy. But from what I can see, you are manifesting. So, and you're manifesting abundance, something good. And when I say abundance, it feels like an abundance of love. So if you're also looking for a connection, that could be what this is about. Regardless, I'm seeing for the second half, if count how many times I can say if you're in the group that's kind of like, what you're manifesting doesn't necessarily have to do with connections to other people. I'm getting that your connections and going out there, saying yes to social gatherings, making connections with people, making important connections, that is going to help speed up your manifestation. And yeah, right now it's a time where doing things with others is going to speed things up. Getting help. There's a lot about loyalty here. I think that there's many people that feel loyal to you and vice versa. And breathe through this discomfort, because I don't think it's gonna last long. You may be dealing with, your manifestation honestly could already be like in the process of coming in and making its way to you, because again, I feel like this is coming in very soon. And it could already, things in your life could be changing, and it could already be like implementing its way into your life, and this could be causing some discomfort. And I think that's kind of, Spirit is just here saying, just breathe. Doing spell work, or like just any sort of, it could even be like work on like an anxiety spell or like an anxiety remedy. Doing that on the full moon could be very helpful, like getting like moon water. That's like the only thing I could think of, but there's other things that you can do. You're being asked right now to focus on, like, your biggest focus right now should be on calming your nervous system enough to where you feel comfortable to, because you may not be used to being around so many people or having so many social gatherings, but I see that it is positively changing your life. So right now it's a very important time. Obviously, don't push yourself, but now is an important time to let the things that make you a little uncomfortable, like the things that you want to do, but things that your nervous system isn't so used to and is a little bit scared of, like, do those things, like, don't let anxiety hold you back from these things, because they're propelling you into a future where you have more social connections, more meaningful relationships coming from your authenticity, and it's boosting your career as well. Something with your social circle or your, like, the connections that you're making is boosting your career. And I'm seeing that happen for you in the next, like, I'm thinking 5 months. Because, like, July's, like, regardless of when you're watching this, that's, like, in the middle of the year. And February, I feel like this is very much, like, no matter when you're watching this, it could apply to give it, like, 2 to, like, 5 months, I'm feeling. And again, I feel like it's something that's already manifesting into your life, but it's gonna bring even more, like, things are gonna be in 6 months, your life is going to be very different, and you'll have manifested a lot of happiness. You know, even if you have happiness already, things will be just more fulfilling for you. Things that you've wanted for yourself for a while, like, you're implementing that. Like, you've been doing the work. I have to say, like, you've been doing the work. This doesn't feel like a completely new manifestation. It could partially be, but this also feels like something that it has to do with like something that you've been manifesting, that you've been slowly but surely putting in the work towards. And I feel like it's kind of coming to it ahead, and really, like, it's kind of like you've been collecting for the past 2 years maybe, or like, yeah, that's the time frame that I'm getting. But like, it's like if you were collecting pieces that you needed for a big project, and then it's all coming together. That's what this feels like. So yeah, I'm gonna get into the tarot now. Okay, by the way, I did this my last reading. The candle was just too much, so I replaced it with another pumpkin. So anyways, okay, so now we're gonna get into how your manifestation will come to fruition. Sure it's still recording. Okay, good. How will pile one's manifestation come to fruition? How will it happen? Okay, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like this also just confirms for me, like, you've put in the work, you've been patient, and I feel like that patience is, it's really paid off. Okay, the Hangman. I feel like this reminds me even more about patience. And I also feel like this manifestation feels like spiritual for you. I feel like you've gone through a spiritual awakening, which, like, again, like, spiritual awakenings don't have to be like completely profound. Like, it's just, our souls are always constantly evolving and learning and going through different phases, and I feel like you've gone through some stuff and you've learned a lot. And I don't know, your soul has definitely upgraded and gone to another level in your soul's development. Temperance, yeah. And Queen of Swords, Queen of Needles. So yeah, this does feel like something that you've been working on, that you've been trying to manifest for a while. And so that's probably why you're here in the first place, because you're like, is this even happening? Like, am I going to manifest this, or should I just give up on this? And obviously the answer is no. You should never give up on your manifestations, I would say. I know some people would argue that eventually you should cut your losses or whatever, but yeah, this feels like something you've waited for, you've put in the work for, and it's happening. Like, again, I feel like it's happening like already. So the how is kind of like similar to what I was saying earlier. It's like you've been picking up puzzle pieces along the way, and a lot of the how honestly has to do with what these cards were saying, which is it depends on your ability to push through discomfort at your own pace. Because again, with Seven of Pentacles, this could be sped up or slowed down, kind of. There's that noise again. I don't want to stop in the middle of this, but hopefully you can't hear that droning noise. But anyways, like, I want to say that, like, don't feel the need to push yourself through discomfort just to speed up your manifestations, because that could actually be things that slow it down, because you want to go at your own pace. Going at your own pace and doing things that kind of push you out of your comfort zone but are enough for you to handle and is enough for your body and your mind to handle, doing that is going to bring your manifestation quicker. It's like the difference between slowly training your muscles and like going way too hard when you haven't been to the gym in like a year and then getting injured and then now you can't go again until you're better. It's better to just, do what you can, push yourself a little to a little bit of discomfort and get through it, but just do it slowly, because I think that that's part of what this is your soul has been evolving because what your soul came here on earth to do, and obviously that's part of what you want to manifest. And so what your soul is ready for, what you're ready for, requires that sort of soul evolution, or I guess that sort of physical evolution, not literal evolution, but evolution of the mind, your own spirit, your own. It feels like there's been like, I don't know, I've noticed recently the way I move the cards sometimes has a correlation to the energy of the reading, and I'm kind of moving them like this. It feels like there's been 2 chapters. It's kind of like when you go to a play and there's act 1 intermission and then act 2, it feels like you're in act 2 right now, like you've gone through the process, but again, it's all one big play. And maybe you've been in the intermission and now you're about to hit act 2, because it feels like you have put in the work, you've been patient, you've gone through these trials and tribulations, which it really does feel like getting to your manifestation. The how is just like trial and tribulation and soul evolution, and ultimately that's been balancing you out and bringing in. It's been a gradual increase of your manifestation coming in. So this must be something that's kind of like big. I feel like what you are bringing in is fulfillment. Like you're basically manifesting your dream life. This is what that feels like. And it's very balanced. And again, with the Queen of Swords, it just feels like your body as well, but specifically, your mind feels like it's, I want to say evolving. I feel like that might not be the right word, but I've been using it. We're going to use it. Evolving. Your mind is evolving. It's getting stronger, and you've been pushing through these mental blocks that have kept you stuck. And I feel like that's a big reason and a big like how this is manifesting. You pushing through mental blocks has been what's like you doing the shadow work and being like mindful and aware. That is what has brought you this energy in the first place, and it's going to continue to bring you that energy. So it's not all going to be sunshine and rainbows, but getting where you want to go, it's like you wouldn't expect a caterpillar to be able to fly, in order to be able to fly, they have to go through the process of becoming a butterfly. That might seem silly, but you know, it's true. And I don't know if that's a painful process, but it's not necessarily a pretty one. So I'm not saying this is gonna be bad. It's kind of, you probably already felt it. I mean, you definitely already have. You've felt like it's just hard. It's just hard to get out of your comfort zone, but there's a lot of happiness for you in the end of this. And I say end, but it's honestly more of a beginning. So yeah, how this is happening is just, you've done the work, and not just the physical labor, but the mental work, the spiritual work, the spiritual labor. And it's coming to you in pieces until all of it is, I'm just saying, like a Lego, or like if you've seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and how Charlie builds this whole factory model. Okay, the noise is gone. He builds this whole factory model every day. His dad, who works at the toothpaste factory, brings home like the messed up pieces that he finds, and he brings them to his son, and he like, yeah, over the course of like months, he builds this really big factory model. But you know, obviously, yeah, he couldn't do it in one day. It was like, here's a piece for every day. That's kind of what this feels like. And it's honestly about to start speeding up in these next few months and coming in rapid speed. So I'm trying to see if I feel anything else before I get into the advice for today. Yeah, patience and perseverance has gotten you where you are. I'm trying to feel if I can see like how, because like how, I mean, that is how, but yeah, I feel like that's all you need to know. Because the actual semantics of it, you're gonna see it. Like, it's just gonna be different for everyone, number one. And also, like, we don't want to completely spoil the surprise. Yeah, that's what your spirit guides are saying. We don't want to, why would we do that? Why would we completely spoil everything? You know the how. You need to know the how of like how you're gonna get there, what you've been doing. I mean, essentially your spirit guides just want to pat you on the back and congratulate you for putting in the work, because you've been doing such a good job. And they want you to know that you're the reason that this manifestation is even happening. So don't go like thanking anyone else. I mean, in the sense of like, in the sense that no, but like, obviously there are people helping you, but, and you can thank other people, but don't sell yourself short or think that you didn't do enough or that you haven't done enough, because you're the reason this is happening. You manifest your reality. You're the reason that things are going to be amazing for you. So yeah. So I'm gonna get some, I'm gonna put that over there, some advice. I'm just gonna be getting one card from this deck. What deck is this? The Green Witch's Oracle deck. And one card, well, from the Seasons of the Witch Lammas Oracle. Gotta take it out of its box. Contemplated not using this one, but honestly, like, it's so good, so we're gonna use it. And then we're gonna end by getting you some angel numbers, but let's get you some cards first. advice for pile 1 on their manifestation. Okay, we have seeds, new ideas, hope, open-mindedness. So yeah, I feel like honestly, this feels like a confirmation that you have in fact planted the seeds. And there's gonna be more. You may be getting new ideas right now. Yeah, keep an open mind and keep an open heart. I'm gonna read from the book, but I feel like your ability right now to keep an open heart and an open mind to new ideas and to the insights that have been coming to you, like those insights are coming for a reason. Things may not be playing out exactly how you thought. I feel like a lot of it honestly has been a little predictable. Like I feel like you've been like, yeah, like that's how I wanted it to happen. And it's because you've been doing such a good job of just changing your mindset and pushing through old habits and discomfort. And keeping an open mind through this is gonna help things come in faster, because even if I'm not saying like for certain things are gonna not happen the way you think. Like, okay, you're gonna get your manifestation, but like the road to it may be unexpected. Like you wouldn't think that's how you get there. At the same time though, it could very well be like predictable. But keeping an open mind to other possibilities of like what the road may look like is always good, and that'll just help you, because we can often keep ourselves stuck by just seeing one possible road, even if that road technically is probably like that's how it's probably gonna look. Always keep an open mind to what could happen, and this is just important because I mean it holds a lot of people back to think that things have to happen one way or exactly how they think, because oftentimes it's just not like that. There might be like a roadblock that seems like it would hinder your manifestation, but it might actually be helping it. So anyways, okay. Oops. A seed contains the blueprint for an entirely new plant, a future living thing. It is a miracle that something so small holds the key to new life. There is so much potential within a seed. In fact, planting a seed is an act of hope. It's the first step in a project or undertaking, trusting that in the future you will actualize your dream. However, there's work ahead. If the seed sprouts, it will need care and attention to maximize its potential. You will need to nourish it to help it grow. The seeds card tells you that there is something worth your time that is waiting to be recognized. Be open to the messages nature has for you. Don't immediately dismiss ideas as far-fetched or impossible. Give them consideration. There may be something to learn. The reflection is, when you are thinking about new ideas or new projects, what do you want to achieve? And I'm gonna hold that up. But yeah, like, your patience, consistency, like that is getting you far. Keep that up. And yeah, like life is not always gonna be how we expect it, or like, you know, maybe you thought you would have what you want sooner, or just that life would look different, or maybe you didn't expect the discomfort that would come with it. But keeping an open mind, like I promise you, the universe wants to give you, it wants to align with your energy, and it is doing that. It's aligning with what you want. We don't always think about the potential discomfort that could come with actually putting the things that we want into action, or putting, changing our habits, doing the things that actually are required to get the thing that we want. Or it could even be something as simple as adopting an attitude like that the version of you that has what you want has that particular attitude, and it can be uncomfortable to kind of realize, okay, like, I need to start thinking this way, or believing this, or changing my habits, or being more open with people, or maybe even, since there was a social aspect to this, maybe what you were trying to manifest requires more social interaction, and that's something that's new for you. And if that's something that you enjoy and can see yourself kind of continuing to enjoy, I would say, sorry, my voice is getting all raspy. I would say, yeah, continue doing this. Continue going down this road. I always say, like, if you're manifesting something and you're realizing that the reality of the manifestation is something that you don't want, it's okay to change course. Because sometimes the reality, like the day-to-day reality of what we want doesn't look or feel like what we thought it would. But also sometimes it's just pushing past the discomfort of change. And so I would suggest always trying it out first before you don't knock it before you try it. Because this could lead to a lot of abundance for you. But ultimately, at the end of the day, follow your heart. Did I press record? I did. Thank God. Okay. Spirit, advice for pile 1. Or words of encouragement. Okay, we got 2. So we have Poppy, number 33. Pause for a moment to reset and reconnect with your soul. And we have Meadow, number 31. Let your being be as full and vibrant as a summer meadow. So yeah, I feel like that's even more about, like, especially this one. If you have to, there's nothing wrong with taking a step back and, like it says, reconnecting with your soul. At the end of the day, your authenticity will get you where you need to go, and your authenticity matters. And there needs to be a balance of pushing through discomfort and recognizing when it's worth doing that. And the way that you can do that is by reconnecting with your soul. So, number 31, keywords are openness, full heart, gentle spaces. Meadow is a gentle card that encourages you to open your heart space and let your love spill out into the world. This is a card about connection, softness, and giving with a full heart. And when received in a reading, it is a sign that you are ready for love. This is the most auspicious card for relationships, as it means many things for the heart and home. To begin with, it is a sign that any wounds you have carried from previous relationships are healed now, and your spirit has room and the ability to allow a supportive partner bring nourishment and joy into your life. For those who are already committed, this card can represent a marriage, birth, or easing into the retirement phase of life. In all scenarios, you can expect a happy home and being surrounded by the people and things you love. This card represents the happily ever after, a harmonious space, emotional fulfillment, and so much joy that your being will feel as big and fresh as a summer meadow. I'm hungry. That's not part of this. Anyways, in the realm of money and career, this card can mean receiving help from a family member or going into a family business. So yeah, like, there's more about family and like help and relationships. So being open, yeah, I don't know what it is. If this is about a relationship, I would say being open to being vulnerable, of course. but in a career sense, being open to, one, letting others help you, and also I just feel like being open to others and having your heart open is just gonna like expand your world. And again, that could be uncomfortable. Maybe just being your authentic self and opening your heart could be uncomfortable, but and that could be the thing that even though you've cultivated all these, you know, puzzle pieces and you've been really calling in your manifestation strongly, maybe this is the part where you feel stuck, is really opening your authenticity to others and to the world. And I think that's very important for you to do to really call in your manifestation. Okay, this one's kind of long, so I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna hold it up. Let me actually hold the other one up, just because I am getting very hungry and I'm gonna have to take a break after this. But the key words for the number 33 poppy are dreaminess, rest, and pleasure. And then here is the rest of that if you want to screenshot it. And it comes with a little practice as well, a little ritual. So, last but not least, I'm gonna get you some angel cards from this deck. Spirit, can we get some angel numbers for pile 1? We have 24. I am generous. You have a heart of gold and are very skilled at maintaining balanced, stable relationships. You are loyal to your loved ones and are able to be the nurturer, protector, and provider all at once. So yeah, more about like loyalty and balanced relationships. So this could even be like people that you're already close with, that you already know, or family as well. Take that as it resonates. Okay, and we have number 33, I am expanding. Any positive changes or projects you are considering right now will be worth your while. Expect that your power to manifest and create will be heightened. And you got 2 master numbers. You have 44. Your angels are, which says I am supported. Your angels are encouraging you to continue on your present life path with diligence and determination, and even greater success will come in the future. So there you go. And maybe this is the word I was looking for earlier, was expansion, soul, mind expansion, evolution expansion, same thing. Anyways, I hope that you liked this reading. If you did, please, I can't talk, I'm literally, please consider giving it a like or a comment, and please do consider subscribing if you would like more readings from me. And yeah, I hope that you have a great rest of your day, night, or afternoon. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose the Coming of Darkness card with the cat's eye heart, welcome to your reading. So, I'm gonna try not to clear my throat that much, but I did just eat. So, anyways, we're gonna start off with, I'm just gonna flip over these cards, and then we're gonna get some months for you to see some important months. I do want to say this is a timeless reading, so if you're watching this when it comes out, obviously take the months just as they resonate. Yeah, pretty much. So for your first card, we have a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra, and full moon in Gemini, embrace the flow of life. So we're gonna get into those, but first I will get you
some months. Okay. Significant months for pile 2, or when their manifestation is coming. Okay, so we have January, which, and if you're watching this when it comes out in October, it's pretty soon. Sorry if you heard my stomach. We have June. Oh, okay. I was only gonna get through. We have October and we have November. So those came out together. I was getting like, life seems pretty significant for you right now. I feel like not a lot of people would choose this group because of this card saying coming of darkness. It can be a little tantalizing, is that the word? Or intimidating, or, oh, I don't want to choose that group because maybe they don't have a good message, but a win-win outcome is forecast. I feel like you've got, yeah, I'm gonna get into it. The first message that I'm getting is that I feel, especially with this card, there's likely something right now that you're dealing with right now. I'm also gonna get some of these cards, I forgot about that, but there's likely something that you're dealing with where something is coming to an end for you, or you've noticed that it's just not working out. I mean, this job specifically mentions like preparing for kind of a tower moment, preparing to lose something, preparing to walk away from something. And it uses the example of noticing signs at your job where in the back of your mind you're like, okay, I might have to leave this soon, but I need to sort of prepare for what that's gonna look like. Before I get into more, I do want to, I forgot to get some Astral House cards, which are basically just cards. There's not a lot of them. Oh, okay. Yeah, we already have one popping out, career. So this just has to do with like what your manifestation could be regarding. That's a pretty, I mean, I was literally just talking about jobs, so I feel like it's definitely a lifestyle change. I think that, let's see, we have marriage as well. I think that whatever you're trying to manifest, it's something that came to you recently, because I think that you're kind of trying to, I feel like you were like content with life for a while. Not, when I say a while, I mean like maybe like a few months, you were like, okay, I'm content with where things are at. And now this is kind of a new thing that you decided, like you're like, okay, I want things to change, but maybe it's been a culmination of like things are kind of like, I don't know if this is what I want right now, and you're trying to manifest something new. And with marriage coming out and career coming out, this could literally mean that there's just people in this group, some are thinking of changing careers and some are thinking of ending a marriage, entering a marriage. Maybe entering a marriage has made you rethink your career, or maybe vice versa. Like it's just, and it could literally, I also thought of like someone who's like married to their career, like it's something that's been very important for you. Whatever it is, I feel like there's something that you've been like holding on to for a while, and it's maybe because like you manifested that outcome, and so you were holding on to it, even though it's okay. Like things are not meant to serve us forever. I do want to say, with October and November coming out, this is what I wanted to say earlier. I don't remember if I already said it, but this feels like something that you're going to be, like, the actual, like, fruition of this manifestation feels like it may not be immediate depending on your situation, but I feel like right now you're taking steps to leave something behind. And I feel like that's going to be the start of it. What is that? Anyways, yeah, October, November, I feel like right around like this time right now is you're in the process of preparing. You're in the process of preparing to leave something behind. You're taking a balanced approach to this. You know, full moon is all about, Libra is all about balance. Gemini is also like, there's the scales here and then there's the twins here. So one, this feels very divine. But two, I feel like you've been communing with your soul, and I feel like you've completed like something that your soul wanted to do. It's like it's completed. Like, it's time to move on to the next thing. And it's not that we always have to be like doing something, you know, but I feel like your soul is just like, okay, like, I'm done, I'm satisfied where I'm at. And again, like, yeah, embrace the flow. Your soul does want you to embrace more of a flow, less of a stress, and feel into what feels right. I feel like, honestly, I don't feel like you've been feeling super duper stress. I feel like you've known, and okay, first of all, maybe that's why you weren't appalled by this card either, because this card doesn't scare you. You know, you chose this group because the coming of darkness, that doesn't scare you. Because it says all the light is dimming, life is withering at the core, are you ready? Like that, you read that and you were like, whatever, like, I'm still drawn to this card, because you just have an inner knowing that things are gonna be okay and they're gonna work out for you. Like this card is saying, like, things are meant to work out for you by embracing the flow. I feel like whether this is new for you or not, like, you are in an energy where going with the flow feels easy. You might just be someone who it just finds it easier to go with the flow and finds it easier, like, kind of like a type B kind of person, or at least that's something, an energy that you've been embracing lately. Because I feel like you know that it's time to move on. It's time to be on a new venture. It's interesting that December isn't here. I feel like the period of December, if you're watching this, this is if you're watching this when it comes out. Because if you're not, I'm still gonna take the message that because two cards came out at once and they happen to be 1 month after the next, whenever you're watching this, I'm still taking the message that currently, over the next 2 months, this month and next month, you're taking steps to prepare for maybe a hibernation period. Because I feel like you feel like you need time to just kind of rest and not even do, like, that's why, like, I was getting this message of, like, you don't have to be doing all the time. Like, your soul is ready to do the next thing, but your soul is ready for, like, there needs to be a hibernation period, like a reflection period, kind of like a, you know, if you were driving on a road, like a pit stop before you, and like a checking your map and rerouting before you keep going. And even this imagery, like, in January, is making me think of, like, I don't know, he's frozen, and it's just kind of like this feeling of being frozen in time, of or like of hibernation. Yeah, of hibernation. I'm feeling like regardless of when you're watching, these months, we'll get to June, but like, yeah, there's this feeling in October, November, December, January. There's a hibernation feeling June, and like I feel like I could be wrong, but like I shouldn't be. I should know this. Bears hibernate in winter. I'm pretty sure that like that it should be. I feel like it's so obvious that my brain is like forgetting if that's the case, but whatever. June, you see this sort of like flowers are blooming. I feel like, yeah, there's going to be a period of hibernation, of self-reflection that's coming, and you might be a little scared for it, but I feel like most of you are not scared for it. You're ready to just, I feel like there might still be a little bit of like, okay, am I prepared for this? And maybe you'll spend the next 2 months preparing, and then that's why the next month isn't there, because you're gonna kind of be reflecting. You're manifesting a new beginning, a new start. And this is going to happen a few months after you take time to rest and take time to sort of hibernate, if you will, because I don't know if I don't think you're 100% certain on what you want to manifest. And I would say if you are 100% certain, you can keep listening, but this may not be your group, because I feel like, I mean, you could know, but there's a feeling here of just like wanting to start fresh. And I feel like this has more to do with manifesting leaving something. If you've been like in a situation where you see the signs of like, it's not really getting any better, and you've been trying to manifest it being better, take this if it resonates, only if it resonates. But whatever the situation may be, it could be that what your soul actually wants to manifest is a completely new beginning. Even if it's with the same person or in the same career. If this is career related, I highly doubt it. Even a person, yeah, I highly doubt it's gonna be the same situation. But what you're currently manifesting is a time out, time for balance, and that's going to propel you forward, and that's gonna make it more clear what it is, where you're going. It's gonna come naturally. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be a flow. And you may not fully know what you want, but if there's like an energy that you want to feel, if there's like, you're like, you don't really know what it is, but you're like, I want this energy in my life, I want to feel this way, that is what you are manifesting. And you're gonna slowly kind of like figure out what it is. This feels like a very feminine energy. It's focused less on the exact manifestation and focused more on the feeling. And you're manifesting that by going within. I definitely see for this group a period of reflection. And yeah, there could be multiple aspects in your life. It feels like your whole life is just kind of, it needs a little bit of a reset. A little bit of a, there's going to be a reflection period, and then I'm thinking like, 5-6 months after that, middle of the year, wherever you are right now, like the middle of the year, if you're watching this and it is June, and again, I feel like that could also be like, you take the hibernation in June, and then come December, like, things are kind of picking up. But yeah, that's the information for when. So I want to do tarot now for how will your manifestation come to fruition. Manifestation comes to fruition. Okay, that's so funny because this came out for the last group as the first card. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. This card also came out second for the last group. So if this card is the same, I'm gonna freak out. Okay, it's not. The High Priestess. I was getting a little bit of feelings about how this might be related to the last group. That's very interesting. I don't even remember the last group at this point. And we have the Three of Pentacles. And then the Five of Cups on the back. I'm not taking a back of deck energy, but that felt like looking back there. Okay. Interesting. So, similar to the last group with the Hangman, you're getting in touch with, well, a High Priestess, you're getting in touch with your intuition. Spiritual evolution is happening, and that is how you're getting to your manifestation. Because again, it's like an energy. It honestly feels like, because with the Three of Pentacles being collaboration, if you did feel drawn to the last group and you want more information on where you might be in a few months, potentially, or if it's happening kind of at the same time, I would recommend watching that pile if you want. With the Five of Cups on the back, I really did feel drawn to this. That kind of confirms to me that right now you're not exactly ecstatic with your current situation, and it's something that you've been meaning to change and meaning to leave. With the Seven of Pentacles, this is requiring patience, but again, I don't feel like you're like mad at yourself or feel like you've made any mistakes, or I feel like you're okay with this taking time and you're okay with changing course. Okay, I don't remember what I was saying because I had to pause the video for a second. But ultimately, what I'm saying is you're getting more in touch with yourself, and I feel like you'll know that's what's happening in the next few months. And I feel like you'll know whenever you're about to manifest a new beginning, when you start feeling like collaborating more with others, or when others start coming to you for advice, or whenever things start like, because I feel like right now and in the next 2-3 months, it's going to be a period of more isolation probably than usual, or just more self-reflection, more intuitive energy, and it'll slowly transform into more of a, I feel like, okay, if you have like a lot of acquaintances or a lot of people you know but don't truly connect with, during this time of reflection, you're going to be finding the people, you're going to be forming more long-lasting, deeper connections. And slowly but surely, these deeper connections are going to lead you down a different path for like other areas of your life. So you'll know your manifestation and that feeling that you're craving is kind of coming more into your life. I mean, it's already going to. The more you self-reflect, the more you're going to feel in tune with yourself. But on the outside, like from an external point of view, you'll know when you're bringing in a new beginning. Whenever you whenever you start to notice deeper connections forming, deeper conversations happening with people, deeper relationships, and that could be part of what your soul wants to manifest anyways. But I also feel like it's going to take you down a new career path and just a new fulfilling path for yourself. Because a lot of your manifestation has to do with this creating relationships and collaborating with those people, because your relationships are meant to, I'm seeing soul family. Yes, soul family. There is part of your destiny. Whatever you've done up until this point has also been part of your destiny, but it was more of like a side quest, I guess you could say. And I mean, it was part of it, but it was part of getting you where you are now, where it's like, okay, it's time to go on to, it's time to level up, you know? It's time to reflect, meet your soul family. You probably already know some of your soul family, but meet even more of your soul family and be taken down a path with your soul family. There could even be with kids involved, with marriage being there. If that resonates, it could be that, again, maybe you're newly married and literally taking a break from work. And again, this is just a very specific scenario, but you know, life changes after that. Maybe children are a big part of your life. Maybe you decide that you are going to be a big part of your life, and that is quite literally your soul family, and then things change for you. But if not that, then just friendships, deeper relationships. If you're searching for a relationship, if you're currently single, I can see that honestly manifesting for you as well. You could be manifesting a deep connection with somebody, and that could be very significant for you and the trajectory of your life. So yeah, pretty short and sweet. I am gonna get into advice for you now. I'm gonna get a card from the Green Witches Oracle deck. As well as, oops, it's gonna fall. Okay. As well as the Angel Number Tarot deck or Oracle deck, as well as the Seasons of the Witch Lammas, I hope I'm saying that right, Oracle. So. Spirit, pile 2, We have fruit, achievement, and success. Poppy number 33, this also came out for pile 1. Pause for a moment to reset and reconnect with your soul. So that's literally what it looks like you will be doing. I'm just gonna read these. There's that noise, by the way, that keeps going in and out. I don't know what that is. This is not in alphabetical order, so. There it is. Okay. Fruit is tangible proof of an achievement. When we say that something has borne fruit, we mean it has been successful. In this way, the fruit card tells you that all your hard work has yielded a satisfying result, or is about to produce a wonderful result. Be proud of your efforts, producing something, a project, an object, a baby. So there's another confirmation for those of you who are trying to conceive and start a family. Producing something takes time, energy, and attention. And sometimes work can be invisible to others, happening behind the scenes or internally. The fruit of that labor, however, is proof that energy was invested. Recognize and honor it. Fruit also tells you that you can catch your breath for a bit, celebrate your success. And I'll hold that up. So, yeah. I feel like, yeah, you're coming to the end of a cycle. You have completed a lot and you should be really proud of yourself, and it's time to rest. Because your soul is ready for the next thing. It's not that anything is necessarily wrong with your current situation. It could be, but also it's just that you've outgrown it. And I just want to say, like, you'll know what this is talking about. If it makes you anxious, it's not correct. Like, if you're sitting there thinking like, oh my god, is this about a person? Have I outgrown them? No. Unless you truly feel like that's the case. You know, sometimes we get bored in things, but that doesn't necessarily mean you've outgrown them. You'll know. You'll know if you've outgrown something because you'll hear this and you'll be like, yeah. So I just want to say that. Okay. So keywords: dreaminess, rest, pleasure. Receiving the Poppy card suggests you have been pushing yourself too hard and as a result, you have blocked your ability to dream, imagine, and explore ways to bring more pleasure into your life. You are being urged to take an immediate break, to step away from the many demands you have experienced recently. Your soul does not have an open channel to share with you guidance, ideas, and other ways to experience growth and healing when your mind, heart, and body are too tired to be truly present. Are you running on empty? Do you feel as though your mind is clouded, your judgment is off, or that you are not receiving meaningful guidance? These are signs your soul is desperately encouraging you to slow down, recharge, and honor your well-being. More rest is needed before you are in a place to receive the answers you seek. In relationships, Poppy encourages you to establish healthy boundaries and make me time a bigger priority. A break for personal reflection could lead to more clarity, healing, and growth. Now I'm gonna hold that up. And it also gives you a ritual to do. So, last but not least, I'm gonna get you some angel cards. Spirit, what angel numbers could resonate with them and what messages? Okay, number 14, I am practical. You are open-minded and always up to try something new, yet you are wise enough to stop and think before you jump into things. This pragmatic approach helps ensure your time, attention, and efforts are meaningful. So yeah, I really do think that's what this is you're manifesting. I mean, you want to do it right, you know? It's not impulsive. It's something, you know, like with that Seven of Pentacles, you're taking time to feel ready for this. To feel ready for a new beginning. Okay, and we have number 7 with I am brilliant. And 7 times 2 is 14. So I feel like that that brings back that energy of like balance, there being 2. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, there could be like a really significant soul family member or like soulmate entering your life or leaving your life, or making more of an impact on your life. So it says, I am brilliant. You possess a very refined mind and a deep urge to uncover life's mysteries. Your ability to acquire vast knowledge on both the informational and spiritual planes gives you a greater awareness than most. So, yeah, I hope that this reading was insightful and that you enjoyed it. If you did like, please consider leaving a comment or leaving me a like. And if you want to see more from me, please do consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, leave any suggestions if you have any reading suggestions that you'd like to see. So yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, or afternoon. So bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the Harvest Witch card with the opalite heart, then welcome to your reading. So yeah, we're gonna get the month cards before, well actually I'm gonna flip these over and then we're gonna get the month cards. I do want to say this is a timeless reading. I don't think I mentioned that at the beginning. So when I pull the months, just, I mean, it doesn't really change anything, but like if I get like November, for example, and I'm like, oh, this is next month, but you're watching this not when I put it out, I'm probably still gonna keep the message of like, oh, this is probably happening for you very soon. But just take what resonates, pretty much. The months are just supposed to be confirmation and stuff. So yeah. So to get started, we have you're very close to achieving your goal with gibbous moon and new moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. So we're gonna get some months for you. Hey Spirit, what are some important months or months that this manifestation will come to fruition for pile 3? Okay, we have May. We have April. There you go. We're gonna get one more. Okay, and we have August. So, and I believe the Pisces stretches into the, no, I'm thinking of March. But I was thinking Pisces energy, it's like around February, March, April, May. So this also, I feel like this could be referring to previous August, or if you're watching this in August, or if you're watching this in May or April, then yeah. So ironically, even though you're very close to achieving your goal came out, I feel like, at least from when I'm recording this right now, this is like, I mean, it's a few months away, but it's about like, what, like 5-6 months away? That's not that bad though. I feel like this is a goal that you may have gotten close to. I feel like it's something that's kind of like, divine timing has been sort of like wonky, or maybe feels that way, because we work with divine timing. And I feel like there's been times where, and I don't want you to be frustrated with yourself, but I feel like there's times where this could have manifested maybe a little bit quicker. But it's kind of being put off. And it's only because the universe really wants you to consistently show up for this manifestation and show that you want it consistently, because this card can talk about potentially procrastinating. It talks about putting in or getting out what you put in, and obviously the universe doesn't want you to overwork yourself. Your spirit guides are also saying, we don't want you to overwork yourself. We don't want you to, stress yourself out or anything. We just want you to, really attune to the divine, really attune to your intuition and listening to it more, because maybe there's been times where you don't listen to it, and don't worry, because if you miss it, like, it'll come back. The timing isn't super important, especially if something is meant for you. It'll be there. I'm gonna get some Astral House cards just to see what this may have to do with. Career, okay, that's come out for every single one so far, so. And success. I had a feeling this card was going to come out. So, yeah. There was one that came out with like career and happiness, and I feel like you're going to be fulfilled and happy as well. But this is really telling me that, like, yeah, like you are meant for success in whatever you're trying to manifest. If it's something career related or passion related, even if you don't want to make money from it, I mean, you definitely could, you probably will, but even if money is not your goal, you are meant for success in this. And I feel like fear at times may have held you back, or procrastination, or even not listening to your intuition, like I was saying. And when this is going to really come to fruition for you is honestly whenever you really heed this message of giving it your all. This card can also talk about playing it small when it comes to your dreams, and I feel like it's really time to go big or go home. Because this feels like one of those situations that is not necessarily set in stone yet. Like, obviously there's 2 months here, but I will say, like, I think it's interesting that May came out before April, being that, April's before May, because it insinuates that you can shorten the time period and then August came out, or you can prolong the time period in which this comes to fruition. And regardless, I think that within the next year to 2 years, but I'm gonna say next year to year and a half, because I feel like this is something that you've been working on. And it could even, I mean, it could be sooner than that, but I'm really feeling like this next year you're gonna be really, if you decide to put your all into it right now, you could have a big part of this manifestation by April, May. Like, it could really start to pick up for you. Like, if you're looking for some type of success with something, it can start to pick up success around April, May. Or if you're watching this, not when I upload it, within the next like 4 months, 4 months, within the next 4 months, 4 or 5 months. And yeah, and that'll just be the beginning of it picking up, and then it'll continue. Even, I want to say, since it goes April, May, and then all the way to August, if you start to manifest it and you get some success from it, and then you hit kind of like a bit of a lull, or like a more stagnant period, less successful, I'm putting that in quotes, period, that is not a sign to give up on it. It's a sign of perseverance, or it's a test of perseverance, basically. Because it may be like, oh, it's kind of stagnant now, and then give it like 2 months, and then it's like booming more than ever before. So yeah, I feel like your manifestation and the speed at which it comes in and when it comes in highly depends on your ability to truly believe it can happen and truly believe in yourself. Because this card talks about, it's not necessarily a full yes or no. This card is basically a you're on the right path card. Keep going and don't give up now. Like, now is not the time to give up. Now is the time to attune to the divine even more so. Really get in touch with yourself and more in touch with your intuition and spirituality, because obviously there are things to there's a practical sense to this, but there's also a spiritual sense, and the more you get in touch with yourself and your intuition, the more you'll kind of know what to do, because that might be what's lacking, is the lack of spiritual trust and believing in your intuition, to be honest. Like, believing that your intuition is telling you the right thing. You have to believe it to achieve it. You have to believe, which sounds silly, but you have to really believe it. And yeah, I'm really getting a strong urge to tell you to listen to your intuition, because it's guiding you towards success. And I feel like you may be putting off listening to it out of fear that it's wrong, or that it's like irrational or not practical, but like, if you listen to it, I think things will really start speeding up for you. And I think the next year for you, regardless, like if you're watching this like in the middle of 2026, this will be like, you know, from then until 2027, like the next year for you is going to be very important. Obviously, I see things like picking up for you within the next few months, but the next year specifically feels very important. So yeah, I'm gonna get into the tarot now for how will this manifest. Okay. But yeah, I feel like your determination, like if you're in a determined energy, there's really nothing that can stop you. Your determination is a lot more powerful than you think. Okay. that one more time. Spirit, how will this happen? How will this come to fruition for pile 3? How will their manifestation come to fruition? Okay, we have the Hermit. We have the Chariot. Very opposite energies. But I will say, the first thing I thought of when I saw the Hermit card, I got this message that was like, it'll happen when you're not even looking. With the Chariot coming out next, though, it'll happen when you're taking action, when you're in action and not even looking. Because you're just doing something out of pure enjoyment. But also I'm getting that some self-reflection could be needed here. Some time to truly connect with your intuition, with yourself. So that way you can feel more in tune with your intuition and more in tune with what actions to actually take. We have the Seven of Pentacles, which so far this card has come out for every pile. So okay, and we have the Queen of Swords that also came out last for pile 1. The Emperor. I'm gonna take that as well just because like I felt like taking that card. But I'm just gonna kind of put it up there because there is this energy of like, there is like a need for, there's like a masculine energy. And because when I say masculine energy, it's kind of like masculine energy and like the Emperor energy is kind of like, the Emperor gives the energy of, I'm gonna do it. Like, I don't have to doubt my dreams because I know I'm capable. Like, I don't have to question my authority because I am the authority and I'm gonna take control of my own life and authority over my own life. And I feel like that's the energy that you're being asked to embrace. I was making sure I press record. Your spirit guides, there's like a no bullshit energy coming through of just like, we don't have, well, okay, it's gonna sound harsh, but they're saying we don't have time to waste, we don't have time to dilly-dally, but they're also saying they're not like mad at you, it's like you don't have time to waste. And that's not to scare you. It's more so to encourage you. It's kind of like a tough love sort of approach. At the same time, this always makes me think of patience. But I'm seeing in this sense perseverance, dedication, putting your all into something rather than half-assing something. Having mental determination and grit, I guess, mental strength, because what you want, like, it wants you. Like, what you want wants you, and you have to believe that. And you have to believe in your abilities and stop selling yourself short. Because how this is going to happen for you, I'm honestly getting less about action. Like, there obviously is action because we have the Chariot, but there's a balance of action and believing in yourself. And that's why the Hermit came out first, because it's very important that you become mindful of your habits and your thought patterns and the way that you think about your manifestations and the way that you see your world. Specifically, the way that you view your manifestations. Because your manifestations are not separate from you or unattainable, or like, yeah, they're not apart from you. You are your manifestation. You know, you manifest what you are. And so there needs to be a little bit of like asking yourself, like, what do you believe about yourself? I feel like that could be very important here. Because how your manifestation is going to come to fruition is going to be through self-reflection. It's gonna come in the quiet though. Your manifestation is going to come in quietly. It's kind of like that card where it's like, it was April, May, and then there was a pause before August. The success might surprise you and come out of nowhere, but ultimately it's going to come from your perseverance and your confidence in yourself. Over the next few months to a year, your confidence is going to grow. Your beliefs are going to change. Your beliefs about what you can do are going to change, and it's going to come from no longer procrastinating on your dreams. Because yeah, once you stop procrastinating on your own dreams, they're gonna have, like, your beliefs are gonna have to change. And not in like, no, like, oh, you have to change, but like the version of you that has your manifestation, and I said this in one of the other groups, believes differently. It's not gonna feel forced. You're not gonna feel like you have to change. You're gonna want to. Because you're gonna realize how you know your manifestations are coming is you're gonna feel like my old beliefs don't serve me. You're gonna feel a knowingness within of, that doesn't serve me, I need to cut it out. And that's how you'll know that your manifestations are coming. And then action will naturally follow. So, yeah. I want to get into your advice because I myself don't want to dilly-dally too long on cards. And let's see, I'm going to get you some advice from the Seasons of the Witch Lammas Oracle, the Green Witch Oracle, and the, what is this? Angel Numbers cards. Okay. Oh my god, those are just about to fall into the ground and I got them. Okay. Okay, Spirit, what advice would you like to give pile 3? have pine tree, vitality, longevity, perseverance. Ooh, that was fast. And garden tools, number 23. You must summon the courage and strength to acquire the resources you need. So I feel like this one is going to be pretty relevant. I'm actually just going to hold up what they say in the book because my voice is getting really tired. So yeah. Okay. Here is that one. You can take a picture. And I just saw the reflection that said, have you given up on something you shouldn't have? So yeah, definitely lots about perseverance. Also, okay, I don't know why, I don't know if this is gonna resonate, but I was drawn to this card before, like while I was shuffling, and I also happened to flip to this, so I'm gonna also leave this for you. And then we're gonna go to the actual card that you got. Okay, this one also talks about being prepared. I feel like the other one said something about being prepared. So yeah, I feel like this is definitely about something you're passionate about. Could be related to your career. Okay. I'm gonna get you 2 angel numbers. Okay, we have 888, I'm abundant. So yeah, more about like, you're definitely going to be financially successful, or like whatever abundance means to you, like that's coming. You just gotta, you just gotta believe in yourself. Okay, and we have 23, I am adventurous. You have a zest for life and you are eager to experience anything and everything possible. You love change and excitement and need both to feel truly alive. For you, life is an adventure to be lived to the fullest. So I also feel like, and I don't know, with these trees as well, you could be you could be traveling a lot with this manifestation. That could be something that happens for you, traveling to, or just being in nature more, being outside more, going on more actual adventures. That could be something that fulfills you, and that could be something that could be part of your abundance. I don't think I read this. As you focus on all the wonderful things that surround you, you're clearing the path for more positive energy to flow into all areas of your life and creating a place for abundance. So yeah, I hope that this was insightful for you. Sorry that my voice was just getting too tired to read those. I still gave all the information that I wanted to give, and yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please consider giving it a like or a comment, and if you'd like to see more of my readings, then please do subscribe. And yeah, comment any suggestions if you have any, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, or afternoon. Bye.